I'd like to make a motion to add an action item to the agenda for this evening.
So moved. Second.
Well,
Don't you wanna know what it is first?
Can I give a description of the item? I would like to add an action item for vote tonight to direct Mrs. Crump in HR to create an administrative position to include job descriptions and duties detailing the responsibilities and duties necessary to expand the scope of administration within the athletic department. This would be creating a new administrative position.
Second.
Okay.
Right now, we're voting to put it on the agenda.
Is there any discussion to put it on the agenda?
Can you describe what you're talking about? I think there's some people in the audience who are a little confused.
Basically, it's the idea of, we don't want to put a title on it yet, but we have some ideas of how to expand our athletic department. I think the hiring of Coach Hall was a tremendous first step. It's a restructuring of the administration within that department. And loosely, you could call it an assistant athletic director. We're looking at wording and job description and duties that would actually expand that beyond simply assistant athletic director into like more student services and expand those duties and responsibilities. Does that make sense?
All right, so you're not looking, you're just looking to put an action item on that would allow the HR department to research and come back to us.
To create a
with that
position.
Position.
Yes.
All right.
Scotty? Now.
I'm a little shaky.
I have it written
Okay,
down, Bonnie.
thank you. All right.
The motion is to put it on the agenda tonight.
Roll call when you're ready, Bonnie.
Okay. Mr. McIntyre.
Aye.
Mr. Ritter.
Aye.
Mrs. Warning.
Aye.
Mr. Williams.
Aye.
Mr. Caleri.
Aye.
Mrs. Ferrucci.
Aye.
Mrs. Delaney.
Aye.
Mr. Gallagher.
Aye.
Mr. Gottman.
Okay, now it's an action item. We actually have to have a motion to vote on it and then a second, and then we can open it up for more discussion if you like.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Now you must request input from the community.
Thank you for the reminder, Mr. Ritter. Now that we have another item added to our agenda, which is the proposed creation of a possible new position in the athletic office, would there be any comments
Or
on this
questions?
from the audience?
Shame
Okay,
none.
seeing none. Are there any discussions? Anyone want to talk about this? Anybody have any questions for
I'm so
Mr.?
sorry.
Too late, sorry.
I just have a question, just for clarification purposes, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
My name's Jamil Biggs. I live at 302 Rosecrest, and I've been a Monroeville resident since 2008, so what is that, 14 years? My only question for clarification is, would this position be more of an academic assistant coach or with the athletic department, or specifically just with athletics?
I think personally, any position in administration within this district is dealing with academics. I think it's the more important part of Mr. Hall's newly acquired job over athletics. It's student athletes.
Correct.
So it would be a balance between the two.
Okay.
But, I think between the two positions, that's the idea, is we can expand the scope of the athletic department to reach further into academics.
Okay, understood.
I
Thank
think
you.
that, I would like to add to that too, that because we haven't really looked at or reevaluated our athletic department for, what did we say, 10 years at least?
It's been close to that. I think what the board is requesting here is really for administration, central office to take a look, a deep dive into the athletic structure, hierarchy, organization of the athletic department. And we internally are in position right now to do that with the current budget. We're in the budget process, and of course, we can analyze, develop goals, including, Mr. Hall's input on this as we move forward. So it will allow us some time to not only meet the needs of what Mr. McIntyre had put out here, but also give the public an idea of what is the structure, the organization, the goals, the development of the athletic program.
Okay, so we vote on this, it's really just giving the HR department the opportunity to create and come up with some proposed job descriptions for the department. Can I have a roll call?
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Mrs. Warning?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Caleri?
Aye.
Mrs. Cerrucci?
Aye.
Mrs. Delaney?
Aye.
Mr. Gallagher?
Aye.
Mr. Gottman?
Aye.
Mr. McIntyre?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. There is another resolution for board members